Hello everyone. Today is the year 2026, month 3, day 13, Friday. I am introducing a trending article from the archives today. But first, why did the neural network cross the road? Oh, to get to the other side of the hyperplane. And no one understands my jokes, but I just love telling them to myself. Anyway, let us dive right into the main topic. The title is Causal Prosody Mediation for Text-to-Speech, Counterfactual Training of Duration, Pitch, and Energy in Fast Speech. The cool is Chebsamorg ABS 2405-12345. It is long. This paper is incredibly fascinating because it tackles a really stubborn problem in the world of artificial intelligence and speech synthesis. You see, when we want a computer to read text out loud, use text-to-speech models, but making them sound truly human and expressive is surprisingly difficult. The main problem in this paper is trying to solve this causal one-to-many mapping problem, where a single sentence can be spoken in 100 different ways depending on the emotion. If you say you are fine, you could be genuinely happy, or you could be incredibly sad. And the computer struggles to understand how to express that difference without messing up other things. In conventional systems, if you tell the model to sound angry, it might accidentally change the speaker identity entirely, making a female voice suddenly sound like a completely different person. Or it might slur the words so badly that the linguistic content is lost. The emotion gets entangled with the voice and the words, which is a massive headache for developers. This paper introduces the Causal Prosody Mediation framework, which sounds super complex, but it is actually a very elegant way of teaching the model cause and effect. The researcher hypothesized that emotion should only influence speech speed prosody, which means things like pitch and energy. If you are angry, your pitch goes up, your energy increases, and maybe your speaking rate changes. Emotion should not directly change the shape of your vocal cords, and it definitely should not change the words you are reading. To enforce this, they modified a popular model called Fast Speech, and they added 2 very clever training objectives based on counterfactual reasoning. The first one is called the Indirect Path Constraint. This constraint basically plays a what-if game with the model during training, asking what would happen if we changed the emotion label, but force the pitch and energy to stay exactly the same. The model is penalized if the final audio changes, which forces the system to realize that emotion is not allowed to bypass prosody to directly alter the voice. There is the Counterfactual Prosody Constraint, which ensures that when the emotion does change, the prosody acts enough to make a noticeable difference in the output, all while keeping the original words perfectly intact. When we compare this new causal approach to older technologies, the differences are really stark. Older methods like global style tokens try to capture style in an unsupervised way, but they often accidentally entangle the emotion with the acoustic environment or the speaker timbre. Even simple label condition models, where you just feed the emotion tag into the network, suffer from terrible entanglement. There is also a newer post hoc editing method called natural activation editing, where people try to tweak the model activations after it is already trained. But that is clunky and sometimes makes the voice sound very robotic by baking the causal rules directly into the training process. This new model achieved much higher naturalness scores, better intelligibility with lower word error rates, and incredible speaker consistency. Listeners could clearly hear the anger or sadness, but the voice still sounded exactly like the original speaker. Let us talk about how this amazing technology can actually be applied in our everyday life, because there are at least 3 specific application examples that are completely game-changing. This technology could revolutionize personalized speech aids for people who have lost their voices due to illness. Many text-to-speech devices for patients sound incredibly flat and robotic, which strips away their personality and emotional expression. With this causal prosody mediation, the patient could type a message and select an emotion, and the device would generate speech that accurately conveys joy or frustration, without ever losing a unique digital voice print that identifies them as an individual. This would restore a massive amount of dignity and human connection for users of assistive technology. Second, Think about the video game industry and the creation of interactive non-player characters. Normally, game developers have to hire voice actors to record thousands of lines of dialogue in multiple emotional states, which costs a huge amount of time and money. By applying this technology, developers could generate dynamic, emotionally appropriate responses on the fly. If an in-game character gets attacked, the dialogue engine could instantly render their standard voice with a high energy, fearful prosody, making the virtual world feel incredibly alive and responsive, all without needing extra audio files. This is a massive breakthrough for automated audiobook production. When you listen to a human narrator, they change their emotional tone for different characters in the story, acting out the happy moments and tragic scenes seamlessly. Current artificial intelligence struggles to do this without accidentally sounding like a glitchy mess when switching from neutral narration to exciting dialogue. Using this causal framework, an automated publishing platform could assign specific emotional tags to different lines of text, allowing a single, consistent artificial narrator to perform a highly expressive and dramatic reading. The pitch and timing would naturally adapt to the story, making machine-generated audiobooks far more engaging for everyday listeners. But it's just so cool to see how deep learning is moving away from just recognizing patterns and moving towards actually understanding the underlying cause and effect of human expression. This paper proves that when we teach models the rules of how the world actually works, like how emotion specifically drives our vocal cords, we get much more reliable and beautiful results. The future of synthesized media is going to be wildly expressive, and I cannot wait to see what researchers come up with next.